Hello and welcome to episode 9 of my playthrough of Cuphead. So, in the last episode, we actually beat, I think, 2 bosses in one episode. This roller coaster one, and then also the other one up there. So, what was the other one? It was a bird, yeah, the flying bird one. So, yeah, in this episode, we're gonna have to, start from scratch on a level and get through it. So, yeah, we gotta get going soon, but let's talk to this guy first.
Well, hey there, fellas. Come to watch my little show, have you? They say juggling is a bit like Perry. Though tough at first, but soon you can string them together swimmingly. I'm hoping to get to 4 someday. 4 in a row. Yeah, that would be something, wouldn't it?
I wonder if I do 4 in a row parries if he'll say something. Maybe. Anyways, just some speculation. What is hidden back here? Oh, is this just how you get here normally? I think so. I think this is what I found before. Yeah. Alright. So we can come back here, and we can go through to the watchtower. So yeah, this will be my final boss of this world. Grim Matchstick in Fiery Frolic. Fiery Frolic, I can read. Difficulty selection, regular. Alright. Looks good. It's actually weird. I've heard the word frolic, but I don't think I've ever read the word frolic. That's probably like my first time reading the word frolic. Anyways. Not a very common word. I was gonna say, is it gonna be a flying one? Because we're fighting against a dragon in the sky, but no, it's just one of these. So I'm using the homing one right now, but I don't think I have to use the homing bullets for this one because we're gonna almost always be facing right. So I think it's actually better to go for the regular bullets on this one, so we can switch it out in a second. Ooh, that is a fiery ball. Mamma mia, that's a spicy meatball. Okay, I had to. Jackson's fans, where are you? Okay, I just fell straight off that cloud.
Don't misunderstand my flames. I just meant fun and games.
Alright. So I'm gonna switch off of the homing. I'm gonna go to the regular bullets. I think it's more worth it. It might be worth it to have the homing on the later part, but for now I think it's more worth it to have the regular shots because they do slightly more damage. And I'm gonna be facing to the right constantly anyways. So we might as well do it this way. As we wait for the little timer to finish spinning for the little level to load. Yeah. Starting a new boss fight. I usually try not to get into my bantering right away when we're starting the boss fight. That was a bad hit. So if you fall into the void, you do actually get a, I guess in this case, fall out of the sky. You do get a bit of time where you're invincible, and you just come back onto the stage, which is nice. I'm glad it doesn't just instantly kill you, because that could be very annoying. So yeah, it's kind of hard to dodge that, but I'm guessing that's part of his second section. Oh, we were almost onto the third section too, which I guess he drops those fire guys from his mouth. Interesting. And then there's only one more section after that. So we're making our way along here, but these last few sections are probably gonna bring up the heat, pun intended.
Sorry, didn't mean to put you in the hot seat.
Beautiful. Making puns together. Alright. Yeah, and this one I gotta be really focused on staying on the platforms. It's probably the biggest thing. Good thing is I've been getting a lot better at knowing how to do the movement in this game. Dodging though, that's another question. Oh, the little thing came up. I was not prepared for that. His tail. I'm assuming that's his tail. If it's not his tail, then there's another dragon coming up to attack me, which would be very unfortunate. Alright, we got him to some other phase. I'm guessing this is the third phase. Oh, he's on the left side. Okay. So he shoots that guy like that. Interesting. So I guess I have to go to the higher clouds at that point, and then I'm not quite sure how that's gonna function. Anyways, we'll see. anyways, I feel like we've seen enough to start doing bantering on the first few sections here. As I try to remember to use my dash. So in the last episode, we were talking about WarioWare, and how this game oddly reminds me of I mean, I didn't really discuss why, but this game kind of oddly reminds me of Mario Party, just kind of because of the nature of playing a whole bunch of different kind of levels where there's not like a whole bunch of continuity between them. Like you have a whole bunch of different styles when you're playing through. And it's just like some nice fun to explore through. So do the clouds still move here, or are they constant? Because they still do move. I'm guessing those guys are going to shoot up eventually, which is what I'm scared for. This part might be best to have homing bullets for. Yeah, so it looks like they jump up every once in a while. I might bring in homing bullets just for that section. But the question is, how should I go about it? Should I have homing bullets instead of regular bullets, or instead of the boosted bullets? I think we'll keep homing bullets instead of regular bullets, like we'll switch it back. But what we'll do, but what we'll do to counter this guy is we'll try to go right up to him whenever we can to use the stronger bullets and get some extra damage in. But yeah, this kind of gives me some sort of Mario Party vibes, just like playing the mini games from that, which led me into WarioWare, which is a good game franchise. If you haven't played any of the games, I really suggest it. I've only played one myself, but as I was saying last time, if one does come out, you know, I'll be right on that. Speaking of games just coming out, see, this is where my bantering was gonna go last episode, but we kind of ran out of time. That's kind of why I have a lot to go off of. Anyways, oh, that was bad. We're live. Just barely live. Basically only because of damage boosting we were alive, but, you know, we're getting some practice in. Okay. This guy is very heated here. Pun intended. I think I've used that pun twice this episode, which we just gotta wait for one more time, and then we got the rule of 3 going on. Okay, we just gotta shoot this guy out of existence, and then watch out for these guys who jump, because I'm scared about them. Oh, okay, I don't know how you were supposed to see him jumping, so I just gotta pay more attention on that round to see where they come from when they jump, and that way I should be able to dodge a bit more there. But yeah, speaking of games that are coming out soon, they finally dubbed, or they finally subbed and dubbed, I think. At least subbed. They finally translated the like they finally did the official translation of the like newer games. Well, some of the newer games, not the newest game, but some of the newer games from the Ace Attorney series, which, as an Ace Attorney fan, we've been waiting for a long time for. Being that literally one of the newer ones was based off of the enthusiastic, I don't know the word, based on like the people who were fans from the Western audiences, and still it didn't get to go to the Western audiences to play. Which was very unfortunate, but it's most likely because of copyright law with stuff like Sherlock Holmes and stuff, but anyways, I digress. They did finally bring it over to a Western audience now, so it's in English. Which means that I may be playing that on my channel, which will be a nice thinking one, sort of like what Your Turn to Die was, but it'll be like, I mean, well, it's still murder. Maybe it's not as maybe they're both pretty grim, but it's not like as much of a grim game as Your Turn to Die is. But yeah. Anyways, if I can get my hands on it, I will be playing that when it comes out sometime this summer, I believe, sometime in July, I think. But yeah, I'll be waiting for that. This is a tough spot. Yeah, we're not doing too great on this boss fight, but we are getting some good banter in, so I'm happy with that at least. We keep on taking bad damage on this first section is what's happening. Yeah. It's like when we get stuck between the fire and the tail, we just get really knocked out there. And we still haven't even gone to the last phase here. Yeah, and we have to beat a boss in this episode. So it's gonna make it tough. Anyways, so we might have to focus once we get to 20 minutes or something. I don't know if we should reset if we take a hit yet. Oh dang, I was hoping there would be a cloud platform down there. I had nothing to believe that there was going to be a cloud platform there, but I was just kind of hoping. So if I'm farther away, I can just switch to this gun, and then if I'm close up, I can do this. Kind of where I'm at here. So I'm going to do something like this, try not to die. Oh, that one I thought was just going to be a regular one going up, so yeah. We almost got to the next section though, which is nice. We should maybe reset if we take damage early on. We'll say if I take two hits, then I'll try to reset, just because I want to have the extra hit to learn on the later sections. That was a very bad early hit. Okay. So that'll be a reset from here on out, just to try to speed up the process of defeating this boss here. Yeah, I'm really hyped for the game. If you've never heard of Phoenix Wright, or Ace Attorney specifically, Phoenix Wright is one of the characters from Ace Attorney, but if you've never heard of Ace Attorney, I will try to explain it in a second. If you know, I'm just gonna go through them and die. If you've never heard of Ace Attorney, it's a game series where basically you play as a defense attorney, but as many actual attorneys are quick to point out, it's not very realistic to a real defense attorney, but it's for the fun, you know. But yeah, basically you're this defense attorney who's also kind of a detective guy, and you have to solve cases to defend your to defend whoever you have to defend for the case, right? Yeah, there's lots of murder trials and stuff like that to make it dramatic. So it's a pretty fun game. And you get to have your character yell objection when they see something wrong in what the other person said. It's a very very fun thing. This section, okay, so they kind of stop. Yeah, you can see when they're about to stop. So I'm just gonna focus on the ones that stop. He stopped. Okay. And then I need to go to the opposite direction of where they are when they stop. And that's how you have to dodge that section. And when we get past that section, we'll see what happens. Yeah, I definitely think the setup I have right now is the correct setup for this boss fight. Unless maybe these bullets could be like regular bullets, maybe? I don't know. I think they're fine. Just to get through these sections a little bit faster. He's trying to use the flames a lot here. Which is kind of making things tricky. But we're surviving. As I stop talking about the other things to try to focus for a second. Dang it. Okay. I've been really good about about keeping up the banter today. I just have a lot more on my mind than last time I played. Oh boy. Okay. Just got through the section. That's all that really matters. We have 2 HP. I thought we had 1, but apparently we have 2. I just gotta watch out for the guys that stop and try not to die to them. Oh, that's close. This is scary. This is a scary section. Try not to get in the way of the ones that stop. Oh, that was a close one. I didn't even see that guy. Saw that guy though. That guy is close to me. Dang it. There's gonna be another guy that stops. Watch. Oh, I got through. Okay. Final stage now. Okay. And now he's a, I forgot what these are called. He's a 3-headed beast. I forgot what that's based off of. It's in Greek mythology. There's a 3-headed dog. Or is it a dragon? I think it's a 3-headed dog, right? 3-headed dog named Cerberus? Something like that. I might be getting this completely wrong, but, you know. Which is like, I think, Hades' pet. But yeah.
1, 2, 3. You better flee.
Wow. So we got to the last stage. That was nice. We died pretty much immediately. So we learned to kind of keep our distance on that stage. We can also probably use our special on that stage just to get a whole bunch of damage in, and that'll probably be more optimal. Anyways, I should stop talking and let us continue so that we can get through this sooner than later, because I'm trying to do it one boss fight per episode, so I'm going to have to get through this guy somehow at some point in this episode here. Which is definitely, doing one boss fight per episode is going to get a lot harder as we move into the third world. Oh, that's a bad hit, I'm just going to reset. Yeah, doing one boss fight per world, per episode, should I say, is going to get a lot harder when you're having to deal with bosses that are just straight up a lot harder. Especially when you're probably not going to get as much time for each one in the previous episode, as we're probably only going to barely get through the last one in each episode. So it's going to be kind of like this, but like after every episode, once we get to the third world. At least I imagine it'll be. So yeah, basically things are going to get tough. So I don't think you can actually hit him in the tail, but it like animates getting hit from his body onto his tail, which is interesting. So I think he's gonna do the thing where he pops up on the left, and let's see how well we can dodge these guys. Okay, just watching for the guys jumping. There you go. Just watch when they're about to jump, and then just jump to the side. Oh, I thought I could dodge that. Okay. Just waiting for a guy. He's here. Dodge. I meant to dodge. No. Okay. Well, we're almost through that section again. If we can get through that section with more than one life, that'd be really nice. But the likelihood of that happening is not extremely high. Make myself question if I should have done the run and gun in this episode, because it probably would have been a quicker fight. But this way, if we finish it this episode, which is what we're gonna have to do, we're gonna unlock the next aisle, which is nice. Which is the final aisle, actually. So we're almost into the last world of this game. There's only 3, but still, getting through 2 of them is really nice. We'll be like 2/3 done the game, essentially. In the last world we have to fight, there might be more of the fights in the last world, actually, though, because in the last world we have to fight the King Dice and the devil himself in the out there. Yeah, I need to remember that if I take 2 hits I need to just reset. So yeah, last world's gonna get pretty intense. Kinda scared for it. That was a bad hit. Yeah, I'm gonna go a little bit heavier on the resets now that we're later into the episode. And I just really want to get a good run near the end. See if we can pick up some steam, maybe get lucky, and beat it earlier than we would normally. Or are expected to beat it. Like, we've gotten to the ending section once now, which usually you have to get to the ending section like at least 2 times you fail on it before you finish, usually. That's kind of like a per section thing, you get to it at least twice before you can pass through, usually. Sometimes you get better at it, or it's similar to a previous section, so it's easier. But lots of the times you just fail a lot, and it's a tough thing. I mean, this is a tough game, so. Oh, it's such a hard dodge here. I didn't even see that guy. No, the platform was too low, so I got hit. Dang it. No, I slid off. Okay, those were 2 really bad hits, but we're getting there. We're close to getting to the end again. We just gotta not mess up very poorly like that. Oh, that's a bad hit. I'm getting too anxious. I'm just going straight for it. I need to watch a bit, make sure that I'm not walking straight into damage. Yeah, do a little bit something like this. Just doing the lasers. Lasers shouldn't be too hard to dodge. Just gonna go for the fire now. You just gotta chill it out. I don't know if it looks harder or easier. Probably easier when you're watching, because usually when you're watching it's like, you just gotta do this, but like, when you're playing, you tell your hands, okay, you just gotta do this, but it doesn't always work out that way. So you gotta kind of determine what's the easiest route out to make sure that you can still do it. And also you're just watching for a lot more when you're playing, because you can't just go, okay, I'm just gonna go to this platform. You have to kind of watch your character as you go to the platform, which makes it a lot easier when you're watching, because you're not getting all the clues, the visual clues that you would get when you're watching compared to, or when you're playing, that you would get when you're watching. So yeah, I think it's a bit tougher when you're playing as opposed to watching. I was looking down because my computer battery went down, or it's gonna die soon. I gotta charge it. 1 second. Quick. Make sure that I don't have a recording that gets destroyed by my computer dying, because that happened on one of my earlier episodes. Good thing it was early on and it wasn't like a really hard boss fight, because otherwise I'd have to redo that whole boss fight, like one of these boss fights for content, and that would be not as nice as having to redo an earlier one. The earlier ones, sorry about your ears, the earlier ones really aren't super bad to have to redo. Of course I'm putting my charger, but it doesn't want to actually charge. Determine where that's coming from. No. I might have to do a cut here. Oh boy. See, what happens is, if you just leave the chargers at a low distance, not having to charge anywhere of a far distance, then you don't have to deal with like, they just get tangled and you don't have to deal with it normally. How is it still not charging? But when you have to figure out how to stretch the charger far, you suddenly have the problem of determining how to actually deal with getting the charger to work for you, and untangling it, should I say. Okay, I think I got it working. I'll probably do a cut there as I pick up my controller. Alright. I'm not sure if I did a cut there or not. If I did, then we are back. I just had to plug in my charger, and of course when you have to charge it a lot farther, you realize just how tangled it is back in the corner. I think I took like 2 hits immediately on this one, yeah, so I'm probably not gonna win this one, but you know, we're just gonna continue it, just to get back into it after a little bit of a few seconds of not playing for a bit. Yeah, this one's really tough. It's just watching for when the guys stop is hard enough, but being able to dodge their jumps, even when you see it, just dodging their jumps is tough, because you have to not only dodge it, but you have to land on another platform again, which is what you're having to do constantly. Anyways, I digress. But yeah, I'm used to I leave my charger just like not charging too far from where it's plugged in, so it got all tangled up. And then finally, when I have to charge it over here, I had to do the whole untangling, so it took me a little bit, but I got it. Gave me a little bit of a break. I need to reset. Need to remember to reset whenever I take the double hit early on. Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. Alright. Oh, I have to do this one in this episode. That's the thing that makes it so much worse. There's emphasis to get it done as soon as possible. That's going to be tough, being that I've only gone into the end piece like once now. So, yeah, I'm being a little bit more careless than I should be. For someone who's only got into the end piece once. I should really just find a way to... I don't know when's the best point to use the bonus damage, if I should save it until the very end to use like a boosted damage, or if I should use it early on. Because I have my extra things. I almost got to the third phase there. I have my extra things ready, usually by that second phase, but I don't know if it's worth it to use it then and then try to save up for the end, or if I should just save it and then just dodge until then and just play like normal without using the specials. Because most of the time I don't see when you need to use a special. It's gonna be a weird one to dodge. We did it. Yeah, this guy just has a lot of health. Well, all of the bosses at this point in the game. Quite a lot of health to deal with. It's not down yet. I took 2 damage, which is unfortunate, but we're onto the third phase. So I'm gonna give it a shot, even though I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. Because even if we do somehow miraculously not take damage on this part, we still gotta deal with, even if we do somehow miraculously not take damage on this, as I try to rephrase after failing a bit, yeah, we took damage. If we do somehow miraculously do that, then we're just gonna have an end section, which is just gonna be one-hit death. I think I figured out a better strategy for that section than what I was using before, though, so that was a positive run. I'm just gonna reset. I think it's best to stay on the same platform if you can, and then just try to dodge on that one, because they seem to almost always try to attack you slightly off from where you started. So as long as you do like just a jump on the platform that you're already on, and then just land back on it, you should almost always be fine to dodge them. And of course, like if you see they're going directly for you, you can change your trajectory in the air, which is nice about this game. Some games don't let you change your trajectory in the air, and it just feels very janky. It's the only way I can really describe it. I'm surprised that dash did not kill me. Alright, let's see if we can perfect this section. In a perfect world we would, but is this world the perfect world? We're gonna find out. I don't think that's what that phrase means, but dang it. Okay, well, it's not the perfect world. No. Okay, I'm just focusing on not taking damage, so my commentary is gonna be a bit lackluster. It was a very unfortunate hit, because now we're gonna have to go into the ending with 1 health. And, okay, well at least we got through that section. That's a plus. I'm just gonna do this and start dodging from far away. Oh, the problem is they distract my homing bullets, because my homing bullets try to hit the flames, and then the flames explode and do damage to me. So that's going to be a tough section. I need to remember to use my special there, because they won't take damage, and it can get a fair bit of damage on them. That's going to be a tough section. I'm really not sure how to go through that. Yeah, this is probably going to be a longer episode, just looking at the time here. Which is alright. It's just getting through this one boss fight here, which is making it quite lengthy, just because we didn't get to start with a bit of practice beforehand. I don't know if I'll allow myself more than 1 episode per boss fight later on. For now, I'm going to try to do 1 part. I think it makes it more entertaining if it's like I have to get through 1 by the end. So then you have, if you don't just look at the time of the video, I mean, I guess you could. You could just look and see, oh, he's going to beat it in X minutes. But I feel like it's more entertaining when you're like on the edge of your seat going, is he gonna win it this time? Or is he gonna have to continue? Because you know that he has to continue if he doesn't get it. No, please jump. Oh, yeah, it's difficult when you're like just about to land on a platform, but you're just slightly off. So you find yourself in a position where it's really hard to find the right way to dodge. Yeah, see, it seems like sometimes they try to launch themselves at you, and sometimes they try to launch themselves at the next best platform. I'm impressed with myself that I didn't die there. I was gonna say, hopefully that hits. Dang it, okay. That's gonna be a tough section to do. I only got through like a quarter of it, or a third of it. That's just a really tough section. I don't know if I should be using my homing bullets there, because then they're gonna start harming me by creating like the flames out of them. But maybe I don't want to let the flames go through. Maybe I want to shoot them early. I don't know what's best there. Alright, I need to focus. I'm probably gonna cut some of this out just because it's getting quite lengthy. I might keep most of it in, but I'll try to cut it out if I can. Because I'm gonna have to cut out other parts of this video too, so I might as well cut out more of it. That being said, I would like to finish this as soon as possible, so that I don't have to do too much editing for myself. And so that I don't have to edit out too much of my banter, which will prevent me from using the banter in the next episode. Well, I say prevent me, but there's been many episodes where I've used the same banter, reused the same banter, but that's not like directly saying the same thing. I kind of gave a new understanding on it, or a deeper alternative understanding. So yeah, I think I only have one life, but I can't check because my Switch is set up so that I can't actually see the bottom right corner unless I look at my screen below, in which case I will die, because in this section I need to be like hyper focused to not die on. So yeah, I'm getting better at this section, which is nice. I am at 2 HP, I think. Please don't drop me into the void. Please don't drop me into the void. Okay, that was a bad hit. Oh, I couldn't see properly because of the flash of lightning. No, that's a really bad hit. Oh, no. That could have been it. Alright, well. Oh, we're just gonna keep at it. Oh my gosh. Oh, I did it. So, that was an hour and 21 minutes to defeat that boss. We finally did it though. So my strategy ended up looking a lot different by the end of that. I don't know how much I cut out, but basically I cut out a whole bunch of stuff in between where I wasn't talking. My strategy for beating the boss was I switched over to using, or I gotta read the soul contract in a second, but I switched over to using the regular shots and the aim shots instead of using the boosted shots. Soul contract, Grim Matchstick. So what I would do in the first section is I would stay on the left so I'd have the most time as possible to react to it, and then use my dashes whenever possible. And then for the second section, I would switch over the homing bullets, and then I would just focus as much as I can on dodging the fire guys. And the thing about the fire guys is I learned that if you watch really closely at them, you can actually see if they're going to jump to the left or the right based on their angle that they're leaning down at. So that helped that section a lot. And then of course the final section, which was like the most insane section. I can't tell you how many times I got there just to like die immediately. I almost died on this run. I was about to just have to reset, and yeah, that would not have been very fun. So yeah, the last section I just switch over to the regular shots so that I don't accidentally blow up any of the fire things, which is the reason why it was really annoying when I was using the stronger ones, because the stronger ones you would go close to them and it would work, but then they would summon it would summon a fireball on you and you wouldn't be able to do anything. You would instantly take damage. So that's what made those impossible to use, but then these ones were also not possible to use because you'd create too many projectiles and it wouldn't actually hit the enemy because it would focus on the like smaller attacks. And then you had the flamethrower, which I use this for because there's no smaller attacks, so you might as well. And the pea shooter's hard to shoot at that point. And that's how I did it. I used Super Art 1. I tried out Super Art 2 for a little bit, but it didn't really work out for me. Kept the charm the same just because I didn't want the lower damage. Anyways, finally made it. That was much longer than what I normally do for an episode. I'm probably going to cut out like 90% of it. Well, not quite 90%, but like 75% of it. Well, not 66.6 reoccurring percent of it. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like if you did. And if you really enjoyed, well, there's a button for that. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.